In Mexican football, few names create a reaction as strong as Club América. To its supporters, America is the standard, ambitious, successful, glamorous, and built to win. To its rivals, it is the club everyone wants to beat, the team whose victories feel unavoidable and whose defeats are celebrated across the country. Based in Mexico City and known as Las Águilas, or the Eagles, Club América is more than a football team. It is a national institution, a media-era sports empire, and one of the most decorated clubs in the entire CONCACAF region. Its story combines trophies, controversy, rivalry, business power, and a fanbase that stretches far beyond the capital. To understand Club América is to understand one of the central forces that shaped modern Mexican football. Club América was founded in 1916, during an early period in which organized football in Mexico was still developing its identity. The club became one of the founding members of the Primera División, placing it close to the roots of the professional game in the country. That historical position matters because América did not simply join Mexican football after it became popular, it helped build the stage on which Mexican football would grow. Over the decades, the club transformed from a local Mexico City side into a national brand. Its long history also gives it a special kind of legitimacy. América's success is not a short burst or a recent project. It is the result of more than a century of continuity, reinvention, and pressure to compete at the highest level. A major turning point came in 1959, when the club became owned by Televisa, one of the most powerful mass media companies in the Spanish-speaking world. This connection gave América a unique place in Mexican sports culture. While other clubs depended mainly on local identity, América gained the platform of national television, marketing, and entertainment. That exposure helped expand its fanbase, but it also fed the perception that América was the establishment club, wealthy, influential, and always in the spotlight. In many ways, Televisa helped turn América into a modern football brand before that term became common. The club's image became tied not only to results on the field, but also to visibility, celebrity, and the ability to dominate national conversation. The club's home is Estadio Azteca, one of the most iconic stadiums in world football. Located in Mexico City, it is the largest stadium in Latin America and among the largest anywhere on the planet. The Azteca is not just large, it is historic. It has hosted World Cup finals, unforgettable international matches, and some of the biggest nights in Mexican football. For América, playing there adds a sense of scale to every major match. The stadium's size reinforces the club's image as something massive, theatrical, and difficult to ignore. When América plays at home, the setting itself becomes part of the story, the noise, the altitude, the history, and the expectation that a giant should perform like one. América's identity is impossible to separate from winning. Domestically, the club has won a record 16 league titles, more than any other team in Mexican football. In a league known for passionate supporters, unpredictable tournaments, and intense playoff pressure, that record is a powerful statement. League titles are especially important in Mexico because the champion must usually survive the Liguilla, the playoff stage where form, mentality, and big game experience are tested. América has consistently found ways to remain relevant across different eras, formats, and generations of players. The club's trophy count is not just about numbers, it reflects an institutional expectation. At América, success is not treated as a pleasant surprise. It is treated as the minimum requirement. Beyond league titles, América's domestic record shows how deep its dominance runs. The club has won a record 6 Copa Mexico titles and a joint record 7 Campeón de Campeones Cups. It also sits at or near the top of several all-time league measures, including victories, points, and goals scored. These details matter because they show consistency, not just isolated championship runs. América has not only lifted trophies, it has accumulated the week-to-week evidence of a dominant club over decades. It also holds major playoff distinctions, including the most appearances in the Liguilla stage and the most playoff final appearances. In Mexican football, where short tournaments can rapidly change narratives, America's ability to keep returning to decisive games is part of its greatness. Internationally, Club América has been just as important. The club has won 10 FIFA-recognized international club trophies, the most for any club from CONCACAF. Its continental record includes a joint record 7 CONCACAF Champions Cup and Champions League titles, plus 1 CONCACAF Giants Cup and 2 Copa Interamericanas. This matters because Mexican clubs have often carried the reputation of Liga MX in regional competition, and América has been one of the most visible examples of that strength. Winning internationally also reinforces the club's self-image. América does not measure itself only against domestic rivals. It sees itself as a continental power. That standard helps explain why the club's supporters expect success in every tournament it enters, not only in the league. No story about Club América is complete without its rivalry with Guadalajara, better known as Chivas. Their matches are called El Super Clásico, the biggest rivalry in Mexico and one of the most important in world football. The rivalry works because the clubs represent contrasting identities. América is associated with Mexico City, media power, big spending, and a cosmopolitan image. Chivas is famous for its tradition of fielding Mexican players and for its deep connection to Guadalajara and national pride. Both are among the most successful and most supported clubs in the country, and both are among the select teams that have never been relegated. When they meet, it is not just a match. It is a national argument played in 90 minutes. América also sits at the center of Mexico City's football rivalries. Matches against Cruz Azul and Pumas UNAM carry their own intensity, history, and emotional weight. Together, América, Chivas, Cruz Azul, and Pumas are commonly described as the Big Four of Mexican football. That label is not only about trophies, it is about cultural reach. These clubs command attention even when they are not in first place, because their fan bases, histories, and rivalries create constant national interest. For América, being part of the Big Four also means living under permanent scrutiny. Every signing is debated, every coaching decision is analyzed, and every failure is magnified. The club's size gives it power, but it also makes patience nearly impossible. One of América's most remarkable modern achievements is its success under Mexico's short tournament format. Since the introduction of this format, only a small group of clubs have managed to win back-to-back league titles. América is one of them. Even more impressively, it became the only team to achieve a three-peat under the format and the only one to reach 4 finals in a row. That is extremely difficult because short tournaments are designed for volatility. Injuries, form dips, and playoff matchups can derail even the strongest teams. To keep reaching finals in that environment requires depth, mentality, tactical flexibility, and a club structure capable of handling constant pressure. América's modern run strengthened its claim as Mexico's benchmark club. The business side of Club América is also part of its modern identity. In 2024, it became the first football club to be floated on the Mexican Stock Exchange, the Bolsa Mexicana de Valores. That move signaled how far the club had evolved from a traditional sports institution into a major commercial asset. According to Sportico, Club América was valued at $770 million as of May 2025, making it one of the most valuable clubs in North America. This valuation reflects more than trophies. It includes brand power, media relevance, stadium visibility, merchandise, sponsorship potential, and the emotional loyalty of millions of fans. In today's football economy, América is not only competing for championships. It is competing as a business giant. Club América's legacy is built on a rare combination: historical roots, massive visibility, fierce rivalries, domestic records, continental success, and financial strength. It is admired and disliked in equal measure, which is often the mark of a truly dominant club. In 2021, the International Federation of Football History and Statistics named América the best North American club of the first decade of the 21st century, a recognition that fits its larger reputation. But the club's story is not only about awards from outside organizations. It is about the way America shapes the emotional rhythm of Mexican football. When Las Águilas win, the country talks. When they lose, the country talks even more. That constant attention is the clearest sign of their power. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more explainers.